Hi folks, welcome back to War Thunder with the mighty jingles. Today I'm going to be concentrating on the British aircraft, the Royal Air Force and Fleet Air Arm fighters, bombers and ground attack aircraft. We're also going to be taking a look at the proposed full release tech trees. People have been commenting in previous videos that, oh no, where's this fighter and where's that bomber, and oh, it sucks that the game doesn't have this and that. And well, it is just beta. These are beta tech trees. You're going to see when we take a look at War Thunder's website and have a look at the planned release trees, just the massive range of aircraft that they do want to actually implement into the game. So, and in fact, just about every single person who said, oh, where's this aircraft, it is actually coming, believe it or not. So we're going to be taking a look at that. We'll have a look at the British tech tree. I'm going to be taking a look at crew skills, and then we're going to jump into some British aircraft and go and kick some ass in the air. Now, those of you who know all of this stuff that I'm going to talk about can click the annotation at the top of the screen up here, just to jump straight to the dogfights and see the action. So, in the meantime, we'll start off with a look at the British research tree. And here it is. So, as you can see, I'm a rank 10 pilot. But my various rank in the various different air forces is, as you can see there, 9 is the highest I'm at in the British. And as you can see up here, I'm about halfway to 10. Now, it comes as a bit of a blow to morale when you reach rank 9 in the British Air Force, because there are no rank 9 aircraft in the British Air Force, yet. However, you do get a choice of 2 new ones when you reach rank 10, but more on that later. So we'll start off with the reserves. Here you go. The British have 2 reserve fighters. Well, they actually have 4. There's the Furies and the Nimrods. And they're all pretty much the same. They all have 2 7.7mm machine guns. However, you can also, because it's rank 0, add the Swordfish Mark 1 bomber to your lineup. And there it is, the Fairy Swordfish. These were the guys that were instrumental in the sinking of the Bismarck. Fly a Fairy Swordfish, dropped torpedoes on the Bismarck, knocked out its rudder, forcing it to circle, jammed its rudder in position, allowed the fleet to catch up with it and sink it. So there's the Fairy Swordfish, and as in real life, it comes with a Mark 12 torpedo. So it's not incredibly versatile, it's only really useful in maps like the Port ground attack mission. But it just gives you an extra option. And it does, of course, have a turret to keep your back safe from marauding enemy fighters, and one Vickers 7.7mm machine gun forward firing. So not incredibly well armed, but it's just an extra option for you when you're still flying your reserve aircraft. Now, over here you have the sort of fighter-bomber line in the British tree. And there's not many of them yet, but there will be more. And you start off at rank 1 with, rank 2 with the Hurricane Mark 1. And it's kind of, this is kind of weird, the Mark 1. I mean, it's a great aircraft. I absolutely love it. But considering it's in the fighter bomber line, it doesn't actually have any bombs. So it's more of a fighter, which is fine because the Hurricane was a fighter aircraft. But it gets 8 7.7mm machine guns. So it's well armed as fighters go, but it's just kind of weird that they stick it here in the bomber line, or the ground attack fighter bomber line. Now the Hurricane Mark II at rank 3, which you get just about straight away, does actually have the option of firing bombs and rockets. So, and that's, makes more sense because it's in the fighter bomber line. And there's a bit of a gap, and you have to wait until rank 7 before you get the Typhoon Mark 1A, but the Typhoons are fantastic fighter bombers. They're great ground attack aircraft. 2 250-pound bombs or 2 500-pound bombs. And these are not unlocks. Right? You don't have to earn XP on the aircraft to unlock them. The only unlocks are the new engine and the air resistance, which is standard for everybody. You just pay your credits, load the bombs up, and off you go. And it also comes with 12, count them, 12 7.7mm machine guns. It's almost American. It's got so many guns strapped to it. And it's the same deal here with the Typhoon Mark 1B late, which is at rank 13, however. And this gets even, look at that, rockets, and 4 20mm cannons, so a much more dangerous upgrade over the initial Typhoon. Let's take a quick look at it in the hangar, because it's gorgeous. There it is. Fantastic stuff. So, back to the tech tree, and the final fighter bomber we get is the Hawker Tempest Mark V at rank 14, which is basically an upgraded version of the Typhoon. See, it looks almost exactly the same. And also fitted with 4 20mm cannons, but can also carry 2 500-pound bombs. So, that's nice. back to the tech tree, the second line is your dedicated fighters. You start off at Mark 1 with the Gloucester Gladiator Mark 2. And that comes with 4 7.7mm machine guns, so it's twice as well armed as all the reserve and rank 0 aircraft. In fact, it's 4 times as well armed as the Mark 1 Swordfish that you've been used to flying at this point. And then you start getting your Spitfires. Rank 4, you get your Mark 1 Spitfire. Lovely, lovely aircraft. And that comes with 8 machine guns. There's a little bit of a gap there, and then at rank 6, you get the Mark 2 Spitfire, which comes with 4 machine guns and 2 cannons, which is nice. Choice of 2 Spitfires, the Mark 5s, you get 1 at rank 7, 1 at rank 12. So there's the Mark 5B, which again comes with 4 machine guns and the 2 cannons, and the Mark 5C at rank 14 with 4 20mm Hispano cannons. Mark 9 Spitfire, which I'll be getting next, at rank 10. It's ridiculously well armed, 4 machine guns, 2 cannons. The Mark 16 Spitfire, which many people consider to be the definitive version. There it is. Beautiful aircraft. Again, 2 cannons, 2 machine guns, and this thing is it's fast for a turboprop aircraft. Can do nearly 600 kilometers per hour. It's not the fastest. You're going to find a lot of the Germans can go faster than this, but the thing's performance is just amazing. Heading back to the research trees. After the Mark 16 Spitfire is when you start getting the British jets, and you don't get these until rank 18, and there are loads of them. There's it's the Gloucester Meteor and its variation, the Sea Meteor for the Fleet Aeron. And then at rank 19, straight after that, slightly upgraded versions of the Meteors, 2 of them to choose from. So at rank 18 and 19, you can end up with 4 jet aircraft in the British tree, which is, nice. Heading over to the bombers, we've already looked at the Swordfish. At rank 2, you get the Blenheim, and these are the medium bombers, and they're not bad, they're not bad at all. The bomb loads are a little weedy. If you have a look at the Blenheim, 2 500-pound bombs or 4 250-pound bombs, not great, but it's only rank 2. But they are reasonably well armed. They also come with 2 machine gun turrets with twin 7.7 mils, and the Blenheim Mark 4 is unusual in British light bombers in that it has a pilot-controlled forward-firing machine gun. Now, the Italians tend to get this as well, but most other nations don't. You pretty much can't fire anything other than the bombs on most bombers, and if you want to switch to actually shooting at things, you need to jump to one of the machine gun turrets. So the Blenheim's interesting there. Then at rank 3, and you probably won't have the Blenheim for very long because you'll be using the Beaufort as soon as possible, and you only have to wait until rank 3 to get it, the Beaufort Mark 8. And as far as armaments go on this thing, 4 250-pound bombs, and again, it's pretty weedy, 2 500-pound bombs, or the option of carrying a torpedo. And it's strangely not quite as well armed as the Blenheim, because it doesn't have the forward-firing machine gun, but it has 2 turrets, and one of them is 50 cal, twin 50 cal machine guns. So it's a kind of better armed, but not quite as well armed at the same time. Now, at rank 5, you start getting some really good stuff. The bow fighter. Technically, this is a heavy fighter. Let's have a look at it. There it is, the Mark 6C. 4 20mm Hispano cannons in the nose of this thing. It's just ridiculously well armed. And it's also got a turret with a 17.7mm Browning. Now, the weapon load, you also get to carry a torpedo, which isn't incredibly useful, but the Mark 6 bow fighter tends to excel at taking out bombers because it's fast, it's powerful, and it's got those 4 cannons. But you probably won't be using the Mark 6 for long, because straight away after that, at rank 6, you get the Mark 10, and the Mark 10 is a different kettle of fish entirely. Look at the weapons on this thing. 6 machine guns and 4 cannons and the turret. And as well as the torpedo, it actually gets some useful ground attack weapons in this rocket rack. And it just makes it a really, really good. With the cannons, you can strafe. You can use the rockets on heavier targets, or you can pop the torpedoes on there when you've got, for example, the Pearl Harbor mission. Then at rank 7, you get your first really good British medium bombers, the Wellington, the Mark 1C and the Mark 1C late. You can use both of them at rank 7. They start off with a pretty weedy bomb load. I mean, they're only 250-pound bombs, but you do get 10 of them. Now, everything after that is unlocks, so you actually need to progress experience on the aircraft, but as you can see, all these different pylons here allow you to mount increasing number of bombs. And the first one that you're going to get is just a straightforward more bombs, 18 instead of 10 250 pounds. But then you can unlock 2 Mark 12 torpedoes, 9 500-pound bombs, and this is the configuration I tend to use the most. It just seems to be the most versatile, or 1 absolute monster 4,000-pound bomb there. And the Wellington is very, very well protected. The Wellington has 4 turrets, 2 twin turrets, forward and aft, and it has 2 waist guns as well. So the Wellington is the first proper bomber, if you like, in the British line, and it can be a very, very tough nut to crack. At Tier 8, you get an upgraded version of the Wellington, the Mark III, and pretty much the only difference is the weapon loadout. Well, actually, no, the weapon loadout is pretty much exactly the same. And again, these are all unlocks. As you can see, I haven't quite progressed as far in this one. I don't have the LBC pylon, so I can't mount the 4,000-pound bomb, but you know, I've never really used the 4,000-pound bomb. 9 500-pounds are just a lot more versatile. After the Wellingtons, at rank 11, you get the definitive version of the Beaufighter, the Mark 21. And this thing has no unlocks required. It basically just has all of the weapons that the others have straight off the bat. You've got the torpedo, you've got the rockets by default. And the interesting thing about the Mark 21 Beaufighter is that it has an option to just not mount any external weapons and just purely use it as an attack aircraft, as a bomber hunter and a heavy fighter, with the 4 machine guns, the 4 cannons, and the gun turret. Let's have a look at it. There it is in the hangar there. Oh yeah, I do like the Beaufighters. They're very, very dangerous aircraft. Now, the one that, or the 2 that most of you are probably going to be waiting for, here it is, the Mosquito fighter bomber, Mark 6 Mosquito, the wooden wonder. This thing was made almost entirely out of plywood. It was so light and fast and ridiculously well armed. 4 machine guns and 4 cannons. Just wow. And as far as weapon loadouts go, well, again, no unlocks required. You can just straight away stick a pair of 250-pound bombs or 500-pound bombs, or stick rockets under the wings. And I can't wait to fly this. It was absurdly fast. 657 kilometers per hour and so maneuverable. And then at rank 16, the Avro Lancaster Mark III. This is a beast of a bomber. 4 engines, 2 twin machine gun turrets, and another, look at that, a quad machine gun turret. Where's the quad turret? Is that the tail gun? Yeah, there you go. The tail gun has 4 Browning machine guns. Don't ever approach a Lancaster from behind. You will be sorry. You'll have, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll have 6 machine guns firing at you. This thing was a beast. And its default bomb loadout is 14 500-pound bombs. And of course, you can fit 2 4,000-pound bombs to this thing as well, with unlocking the Avro Universal Bomb Carrier number 1 Mark 1 pylons. But that is going to cost you 550,000 XP. That's going to take a while. So there's the British bombers. And then, of course, you have the British premiums, and these are all captured or lend-lease aircraft. So you've got the Mark II Boomerang, which is an Australian, not a bad little thing. You've got the D520, and you know what? I have absolutely no idea what that thing is. But I have absolutely no doubt that 6 months from now, people will still be commenting on this channel, telling me, oh, it was an Australian. Jingles, don't you know anything? Well, no, I don't. Mark 1 Hellcat at rank 7. The Mark 1B Typhoon is a gift aircraft that you get for purchasing, well, I got it included with the Ultra Starter kit, and that's fantastic. Look at the weapons on that, 4 cannons, and the bomb loadout isn't bad either. 2 500-pound bombs, 2 250-pound bombs, take your pick. And then the Mustang Mark 1A, and this is lovely as well. 4 20mm cannons. However, that thing is rank 11. And there's the British tech tree. So, moving on from that, let's take a look at some of the crew skills, because I know a lot of people are confused by these. And I have to admit, I'm not 100% certain that I've got them all worked out myself. But we'll have a look at them, and we'll see what they do. So, looking at my Mark 5 Spitfire crew, and here we go, current aircraft, Spitfire Mark 5B, number of gunners, 0. Okay, so looking at there's 4 different tabs. We looked at the qualification tab in an earlier video, but the pilot tab is the first one. So you've got keen vision, visibility, G tolerance, stamina, and vitality. Keen vision, it determines the range at which you will basically spot enemy aircraft. So very, very useful for a fighter pilot. Visibility, not quite so useful for a fighter pilot. You probably want to invest heavily in this for your bomber pilots, the range at which you can be detected by enemy fighters. G tolerance, if you've ever pulled an aircraft into a steep dive and you've seen the plane, or pulled it into a steep turn, and you've seen your view start to black out, that's basically blood rushing under the effects of G-force from the pilot's brain, and that's G tolerance. And of course, if you do an inverted turn, you'll see the screen goes red, and that's blood rushing to the pilot's brain. G tolerance affects how steep a turn you can pull, or how steep a dive you can do before suffer from the negative effects of G-forces. Stamina allows the crew to resist fatigue for a longer period of time. So the longer you fly a plane without getting shot down, the more of a toll it takes on the crew. And stamina affects how long you can go before you start suffering from, negative effects like increased susceptibility to G-forces and so on and so on. Now, vitality has 2 functions. You've got the health of the crew members, so if you're getting your tail gunner shot at, the chances of surviving that are affected by his vitality. Plus recovery speed if they are wounded. Now, we're going to go into that in a moment. But first we're going to look at the rest of the crew skills. Now, gunners. Now, always have a look at the top of the screen here to see number of gunners, 0. In fact, this isn't a fantastic example. Let us have a look at the Wellington Mark 8, and we'll have a look at the gunners there. Now, you can see this has 4 gunners. So you must invest in the number of experienced gunners, because for every number below, if the aircraft has 4 gunners, for every number below 4 that is, these skills take a hit. Right? They're reduced effectiveness. So the number of experienced gunners in the crew, if the aircraft has more gunners than experienced gunners, the crew does not run at maximum performance. So pretty straightforward. Now, fire accuracy of the gunner's fire precision, the dispersion of the gunner's fire. Now that's pretty straightforward and is fine if you're looking at a bomber. But what a lot of people don't know or don't understand or aren't sure of is, well, if you're in a fighter, what's the point in training the fire accuracy and fire precision and G tolerance and so on of your gunners? Well, and I'm not 100% sure of this, but I'm reasonably sure I'm right, because it does seem to make a real difference. If the gunner of your aircraft is the pilot, these skills affect the pilot. So it is always worth boosting these skills up as well, because if you're flying a single-seater fighter aircraft, this affects your pilot's fire accuracy and fire precision. In fact, I'm pretty certain if you're flying, for example, a 2-seater, like a dive bomber with a tail gunner, it doesn't just affect the accuracy of the gunner, it also affects the accuracy of the pilot firing the forward-firing machine guns and cannons. And G tolerance, stamina, and vitality for the gunners exactly the same as for the pilot. Now, ground service. And this ties into the economics. The main thing that you're going to want to look at here is not the repair speed or the repair rank or the healing speed, but the reload speed. This affects the rate at which the weapons are reloaded in the air. Now, with reload speed at maximum on this Wellington bomber, I can drop my bombs, and my bombs are back up again in about 35 seconds. Without maximum reload speed, it takes over a minute to get the bombs back up. So that really, really affects your ability to bomb effectively in one of these things. And also fighter aircraft, you don't have to wait around 30 seconds to get your cannons reloaded if you have high reload speed. So that's fantastic stuff. Now, the reason I've not looked at stuff like repair speed, repair rank, and healing speed, and vitality for the gunner and the pilot, the reason I've not looked at that is because it ties into the game's economics. Now, mouse over any aircraft and you'll see free repairs, 2. Each aircraft, when you buy it, comes with a number of free repairs. So you can play it for the first 10 flights and it doesn't cost you anything to repair it. But the average repair cost that you'll see for the Mark 5B Spitfire is actually 3,312 credits. Now, down here, automatic repairs after battle, and automatic purchasing of ammo refills after battle. Now, those are ticked, I think they're ticked by default. If you turn those off, have a look at this. time to repair for free, crew included, 4 hours and 19 minutes. So what this means is if you fly your British aircraft and you want to take advantage of free repairs, i.e. you've turned these off, and it's not just the British aircraft, this is all of them. If your aircraft is damaged in battle, it will take me 4 hours and 19 minutes to get that aircraft back up and ready to fly again for free. Or you can just pay to have it repaired by turning these on automatically. So that's what things like repair speed and repair rank are. Now the repair rank has to match the rank of the aircraft. So the mechanic's skill, the maximum rank of aircraft that the mechanic can repair. So if you're flying a rank 7 aircraft and you want to take advantage of free repairs, repair rank must be at rank 7. So that makes perfect sense. And the repair speed, the rate at which the aircraft is repaired in the hangar at the airfield. So let's have a look and see if I've got repair. There we go, the Beaufighter. And that's a rank 6 aircraft. So repair speed up there is at maximum. So let's see how long it takes to repair the Beaufighter. 6 hours and 50 minutes. So there's certainly at the lower levels, there's a lot of mileage, for example, in flying these little things, because repair costs of reserve aircraft are free. You know, it costs you nothing. And the rank 1 aircraft only takes 11 minutes to repair that thing. So what you could do is, for example, pick an air force that you wish to concentrate on, like the Americans, and fly your high-rank American aircraft. And then if they get shot down and damaged, and it's going to take you, for example, an hour and 7 minutes to repair your Avenger, and it's going to take you 8 hours and 21 minutes to repair your Hellcat, well, fly those until you can no longer fly them because they're all damaged, and then switch to your Russians, for example, if you're not that interested in concentrating on the Russians, and just fly these little low-rank aircraft, because it only takes 11 to 12 minutes to repair these things for free, presuming you have these unlocked, and then switch to your British and fly your British low-tier aircraft. And by the time you finish flying those, the Russians will all be repaired, and you can fly those again and again and again. And that's basically just the cheapskate way of never having to spend any credits to rearm and repair your aircraft after each battle. So there's a little tip for you. And that's the crew skills. So back to the Brits. It's time we took these suckers in the air and started showing those Germans who's boss. Right, ground strike rice terraces. I'm going to take the Mark III Wellington up. Now, this is an interesting feature. You don't have to actually select your weapons loadout until you've seen what map you're playing on. So, 9 500-pound bombs? Yep, I'll go for that. And here we go. Let's have a quick look. What do we got on the other side? Hill-2M, they're rank 7s. Yeah, that isn't too bad. Fairly even matchmaking. Let's get some speed up. Or some altitude. And which way am I going to go? I seem to be stuck out here alone on the left flank, so I'll go for the tank columns over on the left. We've got a Wellington going down low to get them. He's very brave. He's miles ahead of me. So he's going to get first strike, double strike, or F6F. We're doing alright so far. Okay. I think that's enough rate of climb. I'm going to need a bit more speed now. Keeping an eye open for enemy fighters. There's bombers going over there, and they're not that much of a threat. There's a Lag 3 coming up, but he's 6 kilometers away. And those guys are all bombers as well. There's a lot of bombers here. We got some fighters climbing to meet them. And I'm still nowhere near the bloody targets. Right, there's a tank column there. Medium tanks. Oh, 500-pound bombs will crack them, no problem. That Wellington's making a run for it. He's moving surprisingly quickly. He must have picked up a lot of speed in the dive. Okay, I'm going to switch to the bomb sight view. And zoom in. And it sounds like my gunners are opening up on that H6. 7 bombs left. That looks like a bunker. I might need to drop 2 on him, just to make sure. And my gunners are shooting at something. Oh, this team is kicking ass. And I've been shot down. By a Spitfire. You utter bastard. Okay. I'm going to go for the Typhoon with 2 500-pound bombs. I don't even know if I hit any targets there, did I? Did anybody see it? The Typhoon is fast. A Mark 5 Spitfire isn't going to catch me. Oh, hell yeah. Look at that. 5,630 XP. That cracked the bunker all right. Probably shouldn't really be chasing after... Oh, what the hell. Do some air to air. Jesus. Come on. There we go. Hit him. A20 had it. Yeah, we probably really should. Oh, hit his engine. And critted him. And he's down. Okay, let's look for stuff to drop these bombs on. The Typhoon is not fantastically manoeuvrable, and especially not with a pair of 500-pound bombs stuck on each wing. There's a BF-109 coming, and I've lost my speed advantage. So let's get the nose down. And start looking for ground targets, build some speed up. The Typhoon is fast. Very, very fast. And what's that? Pair of medium tanks. I wonder if I can crack them both. Ah. Yep. 2 of them with 1 500-pound bomb. I rock. Got 1 bomb left. There's another one over there. Oh, Messerschmitt's coming in. Spitfire's closing in too. Let's get this medium. Yeah, I'm being shot at. Come on, come on. Get that bomb away. And then get the hell out of there. Gotcha. Military throttle. And now I'm a fighter. It's going to take 5 minutes to get the bombs back up on this thing. Fighter bombers do not reload anywhere near as fast as proper bombers. What's going on back there? Let's go and take out their attack aircraft. Gain some altitude. Energy is victory. And start circling over our ground targets. They're starting to pull it back. So even fighters with bombers, because this is a sort of mid-tier game, medium tanks you can take out with I think 37mm cannons, and those Aerocobras all have 37mm cannons. Unfortunately, the Typhoon is not the greatest dogfighter in the world. It plays kind of like an American fighter. You just zoom in, unload on him and keep going. You don't try to outturn things in a Typhoon. Yeah, take your hits and keep going. I'm not going to try to outturn a yak. Oh, damaged him enough, but our mate killed him. Right, be careful. Let's get the Spitfire. And I ain't going to survive this, but maybe I can hurt that Hurricane before I go down. Oh, I can. And now my guns are out. Oh, I got another assist, which is nice. But my airframe is shot to shit. I wonder if there's a medium tank, pillbox. There's no easy targets in AAA. Somebody's shooting at me. Machine guns are back up. Let's see if I can nail that Hurricane before I go down. Probably not. Oh, I hit him though. And the guy who shot me down paid for it with his life. Okay, so skulls on the doors. Let's grab another bomber. Because this is, after all... Oh, shit. Do you see what I did? Do you see? Those are torpedoes. Oh, what a plonker. Okay, right. Well, torpedoes will explode when they hit the ground. You just can't aim them. So, let's have a go. A pretty powerful explosion. They don't need to be that precise. Let's get some speed up. Do what that Wellington did earlier. I am expecting to get shot down very quickly here because of the way I'm going to do this. What we got there? Artillery? Anybody can kill them. Medium tanks. Yeah, let's drop some torpedoes on medium tanks. Oh, that hurricane's coming in fast. Where's he gone? There you go. He's not heading for me though. There's a BF-110 over there, and I'm not worried about BF-110s. They're not very manoeuvrable at all, and they tend to bleed speed off at low altitudes like you wouldn't believe. Got a P-40. Is he going for strafing runs on those medium tanks? He's never going to kill them. Hell yes. Oh, he must have bombs mounted on his wings. Good man. Good man. And my machine gunners, in this aircraft, my machine gunners are really, really dangerous. As this BF-110C is about to find out. Yeah, hit him. Oh, I really need to learn how to aim these things. Oh, fuel leak. Crap. Oh, Mach 5 Spitfire. Yeah. Well, he's actually done me a favour because I was no use to the team flying around with a pair of torpedoes. Now, can I mount bombs on either of my Spitfires? Nope, but I can mount rockets on the Beaufighter. And this thing picks... Ooh, a Blenheim. Just... this thing doesn't handle very well at all, but... as you can see, its weapon loadout is nothing short of ridiculous. Try hitting with rockets, being a bit cheeky there. And he's not stupid, he's turning inside me. Jeez. Oh, we've won. So, not bad. Despite a colossal derp moment from me there. Taking a Wellington on a ground strike mission with 2 torpedoes. Oh, Jingles, what are you doing? Let's see how we did. Yeah, not too bad. It was a fairly average match. We can do better than that. But, you know, 40,000 experience and 21,000 credits. I should cover my repairs. And a fair, not bad little chunk of advancement there towards rank 10 in the British Air Force, which I can't wait for because then I get the Mark 9 Spitfire and the Mark 10 Wellington. And, just British bombers are great. Fantastic aircraft. So, yeah, well, let's have another one. A bit of fighter action, hopefully. Let's see what we can get. Oh, you know, I've just realised I said I'll show you the release trees of the various different nations' tech trees, and I completely forgot to do it. Well, we'll put that on at the end of the video, after the dogfights. Oh, it's another ground strike on Rice Terraces. A couple of you have commented on this sort of thing. You seem to get the same... It's like the matchmaker gets its teeth into one map, and it just doesn't want to let it go. So, we're going to be seeing... No, I'll jump into my fighters first. Show you a bit of Spitfire action. Hopefully I won't suck. Which is by no means guaranteed. Let's see what the teams are like. I do find that it does take a lot longer to load up than World of Tanks, for example. Which means I have to spend a lot more time at the start of these videos waffling on about meaningless rubbish. Waiting for the game to load. Oh, it makes my life hard, I tell you. Here we go. Right, so teams. Nobody's actually picked an aircraft yet. The A5M4. Yeah, pew. This looks like being a slightly tougher game than the last one. Yep, Thunderbolts. Okay, never mind. We can still do this. Let's go for the Mark II Spitfire. I absolutely love this aircraft. Let's go looking for bombers. And hopefully I won't suck. What sort of ground? Same as last time, medium tanks. There's a Wellington. Oh, I'm so going to get him. I hope. You just know I'm going to suck now, aren't you? I'm going to make myself look like a real prick. Keep an eye out for enemy fighters. No, they don't seem to be interested in me. Oh, a Stuka. Oh, you poor bastard. Okay, Wellington's got 2 machine guns in the nose. He's got single machine guns in the waist. That's a good kill. He's probably cursing his fighter cover, and so he should. Now, who else can we get? Dangerously low on speed, but we've got some good altitude here. There's a bow fighter going after our bombers. I'll add him. Oh no, that would be dangerous. That would just be suicide. Let's not do that. Let's dive on this Spitfire instead. Oh, careful, careful, careful. I'll only get a quick burst. Good enough. Whoa, pulled some serious G-forces there. Let's take advantage of the speed we picked up in the dive. And... should we go for some grenades? Ooh, crap, shit on a stick, who was that? Yeah, see daylight through the wing, that's probably not what's supposed to happen. Was that an SU-2? No, there's somebody on my ass. Yep, there is somebody on my ass. Yeah. Oh, Mark 5 Spitfire, you bloody traitor. How dare you? Well, I've got one of those too. Bombers are doing a good job, so I can still afford to derp around in my fighters for a bit. Speaking of bombers, there's an S-79 moving in up there, an H-6K. Those things are dangerous. Something like 5 turrets, and they're built like tanks. They have very, very weedy bomb loads. Junkers 88 on the other hand. Oh, there's another one. Okay, he's closer. Let's get him. Looks like he's going for a tank column. We'll have him. Assuming I don't, you know, suck. He's strafing our artillery. Can't have that. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Spitfire on your ass. And wing over. Looks like we've damaged his engine or something. Cannon's reloading. God, he's got half the team on him. And he's not down. Can't believe that was an assist. That wasn't an assist, that was a kill. SU-2 bomber, cannon's back up, let's add in. Keep an eye out for that BF-109 down on the left. He's going for the tank column. He's probably going to get his bombs away. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? Whoa, what the fucking hell? Have a care, teammates. Which way are you flying? Hello? Who's that? Somebody back at the base. Is that a bomber? It is. Oh, it's that H6K. I wonder if I can catch him. Don't seem to be alone in trying to do it, but no way. No way. I'm never gonna get him at that altitude. Stupid to even try. What's that BF-109 doing? It doesn't seem to be heading for me. So I should be able to drop in on his tail. He's going for our HE-112 by the looks of it. Let's give it some welly and catch up. Oh, I'll tell him. Check that out. Cannon's reloading. Ugh. I still have my machine guns. He's trying to lead us over it. Ugh, crap. Machine guns out. Cannon's back up. Looks like he's trying to lead us in over his flank. Get this guy. He's obviously occupied with somebody else. Is that somebody on my left? I think it is. Damaged his oil tank. Ah, missed the boatfighter. Come on! Team's winning. Our bombers are doing a really good job. Shit. How the hell? Oh, it was a different boatfighter. Oh well. Fair play. Let's jump into the Typhoon. A lot of bombs up. Yes, we do. Let's not make the same mistake with this thing that I made with the Wellington in the previous game. Oh, there's a pillbox over there. It's one of the harder targets to crack, and I should be able to do it with two 500-pound bombs. How the score's looking? Yeah, not bad. Again, average game. Bullfight heading right at me. No, he's got other things to worry about. Somebody on his tail. It's not. How far away is he? Pillbox is closer, but at that rate of closure, yeah, let's take him out. 12 machine guns. I'm gonna wreck this guy. Let's assist. Typhoon does tend to lumber around the sky a bit, but it's more manoeuvrable than a... Oh, good kill. Well done. Well done, the Russians. Cheering on the death of one of my countrymen. I am crap, I really am. Alright, bombs away. Gotcha. Look at that. 3,400 XP for killing a bunker. I have many machine guns. I just find it difficult to bring them to bear on the top. Well, you do the Typhoon anyway. It's not the most manoeuvrable. Ah, no way. No way. Was that a reserve aircraft? That poor bastard. He's trying to land. Ain't gonna catch me in a dive, mate. And he's down. More XP. Air assist streak. It's gonna take forever to get these bombs back up. But there's some artillery over here, I think, that I can... shit. That I can take out with machine guns. Who's that on my ass? No, it's only an FC-202. Oh, somebody's taking the AAA down. And that takes care of the bad guy on my ass. Oh, it's the bowfighter and a yak. They're determined to get me. Alright, let's trade off a bit of speed for a bit of lift. both fighters dead. That yak is not giving up. But there's an Su-21 ignoring him, thank you. I should be able to outrun a yak. Get some speed up in the dive. Killed him on the way. Ju-87D, yeah, I can have him. I can definitely... Oh, we've won. We've won. So that wasn't bad. Oh yeah. I love the British aircraft. Not as versatile as the Americans, but they're British. Oh, hell's bells, we did well there. How did we do in that one? 45,000 XP, and most assists, an extra 2,000. Not as much credits as the last time though, but still more than enough to pay for the repairs. Which isn't bad. And another good solid chunk of progress towards British Air Force rank 9. 45,000 XP. Bear in mind I'm running a premium account, so I'm earning double XP all the way through. If you're not running premium, you're not going to see anything nearly as good as this. I mean, there you go, look. Mission reward there, 14,000. Achievements, 12,050. Doubled. And the premium bonus there, so yeah. So yeah, British aircraft. God, I love them. Well, I'm biased. I am British, but I just love the British aircraft. They had some great aircraft. The Typhoon's a great fighter bomber. The Spitfire's an amazing fighter. The Beaufighter is just this massive behemoth of cannons and rockets and machine guns. And the Wellington, when you remember to put the right bombs in it, is a really, really good medium bomber. But I promised you a look at the different tech trees and the release tech trees rather than what's currently in the beta at the moment, and I think you're going to be impressed with what sort of thing is slated for release. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. Oh, you know, I've just realised. I said I'll show you the release trees of the various different nations' tech trees, and I completely forgot to do it. Well, we'll put that on at the end of the video after the dogfight. Oh, it's another ground strike on Rice Terraces. A couple of you have commented on this sort of thing. You seem to get the same. It's like the matchmaker gets its teeth into one map and it just doesn't want to let it go. So we're going to be seeing... No, I'll jump into my fighters first. Show you a bit of Spitfire action. Hopefully I won't suck, which is by no means guaranteed. Let's see what the teams are like. I do find that it does take a lot longer to load up than World of Tanks, for example, which means I have to spend a lot more time at the start of these videos waffling on about meaningless rubbish. Waiting for the game to load. Oh, it makes my life hard, I tell you. Here we go. Right, so, teams. Nobody's actually picked an aircraft yet. The A5M4. Yeah, pew. This looks like being a slightly tougher game than the last one. Yep, Thunderbolts. Okay, never mind. We can still do this. Let's go for the Mark II Spitfire. I absolutely love this aircraft. Let's go looking for bombers. And hopefully I won't suck. What sort of ground? Same as last time, medium tanks. There's a Wellington. Oh, I'm so going to get him. I hope. You just know I'm going to suck now, aren't you? I'm going to make myself look like a real prick. Keep an eye out for enemy fighters. No, you don't seem to be interested in me. Oh, a Stuka. Oh, you poor bastard. Okay, Wellington's got 2 machine guns in the nose. He's got single machine guns in the waists. That's a good kill. He's probably cursing his fighter cover, and so he should. Now, who else can we get? Dangerously low on speed, but we've got some good altitude here. There's a Beaufighter going after our bombers. I'll add in. Oh no, that would be That would be that would just be suicide. Let's not do that. Let's dive on this Spitfire instead. Oh, careful, careful, careful. I'll only get a quick burst. Good enough. Whoa, pulled some serious G-forces there. Let's take advantage of the speed we picked up in the dive. And... should we go for some grenades? Ooh, crap, shit on a stick, who was that? Yeah, see daylight through the wing, that's probably not what's supposed to happen. Is that an SU-2? No, there's somebody on my ass. Yep, there is somebody on my ass. Yeah. Oh, Mark 5 Spitfire, you bloody traitor. How dare you? Well, I've got one of those too. Bombers are doing a good job, so I can still afford to derp around in my fighters for a bit. Speaking of bombers, there's an S-79 moving in up there, an H-6K. Those things are dangerous. Something like 5 turrets, and they're built like tanks. They have very, very weedy bomb loads. Junkers 88 on the other hand. Oh, there's another one. Okay, if he's closer, let's get him. Looks like he's going for a tank column. We'll have him. Assuming I don't, you know, suck. He's strafing our artillery. Can't have that. Yeah, that's right, bitch. Spitfire on your ass. And wing over. Looks like we've damaged his engine or something. Cannon's reloading. God, he's got half the team on him. And he's not down. Can't believe that was an assist. That wasn't an assist, that was a kill. SU-2 bomber, cannon's back up, let's have him. Keep an eye out for that BF-109 down on the left. He's going for the tank column. He's probably going to get his bombs away. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you like that, don't you, bitch? Whoa! What the fucking hell? Have a care, teammates. Watch where you're flying. Hello? Who's that? Somebody back at the base. Is that a bomber? It is. Oh, it's that H-6K. I wonder if I can catch him. Don't seem to be alone in trying to do it, but no way. No way. I'm never gonna get him at that altitude. Stupid to even try. What's that BF-109 doing? It doesn't seem to be heading for me. So I should be able to drop in on his tail. He's going for our HE-112 by the looks of it. Let's give it some welly, catch up. Ooh, artillery. Take that out. Cannon's reloading. Ugh. I still have my machine guns. He's trying to lead us over it. Ugh, crap. Machine guns out. Cannon's back up. He's trying to, looks like he's trying to lead us in over his flank. Get this guy. He's obviously occupied with somebody else. Is that somebody on my left? I think it is. Damaged his oil tank. Ah, missed the boatfighter. Come on! Team's winning. Our bombers are doing a really good job. Shit. How the hell? Oh, it was a different boatfighter. Oh well. Fair play. Let's jump into the Typhoon. A lot of bombs up. Yes, we do. Let's not make the same mistake with this thing that I made with the Wellington in the previous game. Oh, there's a pillbox over there. It's one of the harder targets to crack, and I should be able to do it with two 500-pound bombs. And the score's looking, yeah, not bad. Again, average game. Bullfight heading right at me. No, he's got other things to worry about. Somebody on his tail. It's not. How far away is he? Pillbox is closer, but at that rate of closure, yeah, let's take him out. 12 machine guns. I'm gonna wreck this guy. Let's assist. Typhoon does tend to lumber around the sky a bit, but it's more manoeuvrable than a... Oh, good kill. Well done. Well done, the Russians. Cheering on the death of one of my countrymen. I am crap, I really am. Right, bombs away. Gotcha. Look at that. 3,400 XP for killing a bunker. I have many machine guns. I just find it difficult to bring them to bear on the top. Well, you do the Typhoon anyway. It's not the most manoeuvrable. Ah, no way. No way. There's no reserve aircraft, that poor bastard. He's trying to land. Ain't gonna catch me in a dive, mate. And he's down. More XP. Air assist streak. It's gonna take forever to get these bombs back up. But there's some artillery over here, I think, that I can... shit. That I can take out with machine guns. Who's that on my ass? No, it's only an FC-202. Ah, somebody's taking the AAA down. And that takes care of the bad guy on my ass. Oh, it's a bowfighter and a yak. They're determined to get me. Alright, let's trade off a bit of speed for a bit of lift. Bowfighter's dead. That yak is not giving up. But there's an Su-21 ignoring him, thank you. I should be able to outrun the yak. Get some speed up in the dive. Killed him on the way. Ju-87D, yeah, I can have him. I can definitely... Oh, we've won. We've won. So that wasn't bad. Oh yeah. I love the British aircraft. Not as versatile as the Americans, but they're British. Oh, hell's bells, we did well there. How did we do in that one? 45,000 XP, and most assists, an extra 2,000. Not as much credits as the last time though, but still more than enough to pay for the repairs. Which isn't bad. And another good solid chunk of progress towards British Air Force rank 9. 45,000 XP. Bear in mind I'm running a premium account, so I'm earning double XP all the way through. If you're not running premium, you're not going to see anything nearly as good as this. I mean, there you go, look. Mission reward there, 14,000. Achievements, 12,050. Doubled. And the premium bonus there, so yeah. So yeah, British aircraft. God, I love them. Well, I'm biased. I am British, but I just love the British aircraft. They had some great aircraft. The Typhoon's a great fighter bomber. The Spitfire's an amazing fighter. The Beaufighter is just this massive behemoth of cannons and rockets and machine guns. And the Wellington, when you remember to put the right bombs in it, is a really, really good medium bomber. But I promised you a look at the different tech trees and the release tech trees rather than what's currently in the beta at the moment. And I think you're going to be impressed with what sort of thing is slated for release. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. Right, here you go. This is War Thunder's global beta test website, and if you look under the game menu, and there's all sorts of stuff you can find out about the game just by going to the website. Game menu and click release tree, you'll get this page here, and here are the 5 different nations, and these are not the tech trees that are in the game. These are the tech trees that are planned to be in the game. So we'll start off looking at the Russians. First, the Russian fighters, and they're split by manufacturers. So you've got the Yakovlevs. Just look at that. That's almost as much in one manufacturer's series of aircraft as the Russian aviation actually has in the game at the moment. The Polikarpovs, you've got the MiGs, the Lavochkins, and the Lend-Lease fighters here. So I'm not going to dwell too much on these because this video has been going on for a while. If you want to take a closer look, then feel free to pause the video and just have a look and see what aircraft you're going to get. But that's just the fighters. Over here, we have the attackers and the bombers. Frontline bombers, long-range bombers, attackers and light bombers. There's your Sturmoviks. Right, they're all there, not just the Il-2, the Il-2M, the Il-10, the Il-10M, they're all there. And Lend-Lease bombers. You'd be pleased to see that the Catalina is still in there. That's a fantastic, there's so much fun flying that thing around in low-tier Russian games. Fantastic stuff. So, there's the Russians, or the Soviet Army Air Force. What next? Well, we have the Germans, the Germans, the Luftwaffe, and they're split into roles. You've got the fighters, and as you'd expect, there's an awful lot of Bf 109s and Focke-Wulf 190s, but that's not all. Some of the more exotic ones are in there as well. We move down to the bombers. Focke-Wulf 200, the Arado 234, Dornier bombers. They're not in the game at the moment. We're going to get Dornier bombers. More Heinkels and more Junkers. And all the way down the middle here you have the captured aircraft, the premiums. They get B-24s, German B-24 Liberators. What's going on there? Heavy fighters, the Bf-110s and the Me-210s of the world. And a couple of surprises there. The GO-229, for example, and Me-262. There's a jet heavy fighter in there as well. Different variation of the Me-262. In fact, there's lots of different variations of the Me-262. The night fighters, some Dorniers in there, some more Junkers, some more BFs, a couple of Heinkels, and an Me-262 version of the night fighter as well. There's Stuka attackers, your dive bombers, as you'd expect, all sorts of Ju-87s, but they're not alone. There's some Focke-Wulf conversions as well, a couple of HSs, whatever the hell they are. So all sorts of aircraft available there in the Luftwaffe tech tree. Moving on, we go to Great Britain, the Royal Air Force and the Fleet Air Arm. And there are the Royal Air Force fighters, the Fury, the Gladiator, the Hurricane, lots and lots of different Hurricanes, lots of different Spitfires, even more Hurricanes, even more Spitfires, Typhoons, more Spitfires, Tempests, more Spitfires, 3 different versions of the Gloucester Meteor, and check that out, the Vampire. I think that was a de Havilland aircraft. 3 different versions of that. Royal Navy, you've got the Fulmar, the Firefly, 2 Sea Hurricanes, 2 Sea Fires, 1 Sea Fury. Here are all the premium aircraft for the Royal Air Force. Twin engine fighters, the Whirlwind, all different kinds of bow fighters. The Mosquito, you're getting a twin engine fighter version of the Mosquito, and 2 Hornets. Bombers, you start off with the Swordfish, you're getting the Whitley bomber, 2 Blenheims, 2 Beauforts, 3 Wellingtons, 3 different kinds of Mosquito fighter bomber, the Firebrand, and 2 different kinds of Lancaster. So that's the British. Moving on to, I think it's the Americans next. Yep. America! And God almighty, look at that. Pea shooters, Hawks, Kitty Hawks, Warhawks, Aerocobras, Lightnings, Thunderbolts, Nighthawks, Mustangs, King Cobras, Black Widows, Shooting Stars, Thunder Jets, as well as F-86 Sabres. Army bombers, you've got the B-18 Bolo, you've got Lexingtons, 6 different kinds of Mitchells, Flying Fortresses, Liberators, and the B-29 Superfortress. Premium aircraft, there's 8 to choose from there. X-4 Bantam, the XP-56 Black Bullet, the BTD Destroyer. There's all sorts of stuff here that you would never expect to see. Moving back up the top, the US Navy, the F-3F Flying Barrel. I don't know, the name of that thing does not inspire me with much confidence. You've got your Brewster Buffaloes, your Wildcats, Hellcats, Corsairs, more Corsairs than you could shake a stick at. The Tiger Cat, the Bearcat, the Panther, attack aircraft, A-20 Havocs. There's only one of them in the game at the moment, not counting the premiums. Well, you're going to have 6 different choices of Havocs. The Banshee, the Shrike, the Invader, the Hudson, the Apache, the Sky Raider. Oh, what an aircraft. Seaplanes, Kingfishers that are already in the game at the moment. 2 different kinds of Catalina. Navy bombers, Helldivers, Devastators, Dauntlesses, Avengers, more Helldivers, even more Helldivers. So that's the American tech tree, which moves us on to, I think, the Russians. No, the Japanese. Japanese at the end. And the Japanese tech tree is the one that isn't as well fleshed out at the moment in the game. However, you have the Imperial Japanese Army Air Force, a little bit of a typo there. And again, if you want to look at these in greater detail, just pause the video and go and look these things up on Wikipedia. But we've got twin-engine fighters, bombers, twin-engine bombers, and then the Imperial Japanese Navy Air Force. And there's all your carrier fighters, your Zeros, your Vals, your Kens, your carrier torpedo bombers, and so on and so on. Your float plane fighters, land-based Navy fighters, all sorts of them there. I don't even know what half of these are. Night fighters, flying boats, float planes, high-speed bombers, long-range bombers, carrier dive bombers, carrier torpedo bombers. Look at that. Dozens of aircraft. So that's the War Thunder website. There's all sorts of information on here and some fantastic fan videos as well. Just massive amount of information on the War Thunder website. So that has been War Thunder with the Mighty Jingles yet again. Next time around, I think we're probably going to be looking at the Russian tech tree and taking some Russian airplanes out. And I still have a challenge after putting my kicking ass in reserve warplanes video up. To see if I can get the same kind of results in aircraft that aren't Russian. So, challenge accepted. Video of that coming soon. As always, watch your 6, and I'll catch you next time.